What is your full name?
William Patrick Keefe.
Where are you from?
I'm from Royal Oak, Michigan.
How old were you in 2009?
42 years old.
What were your first feelings or emotions after learning about the severe economic situation?
Well, the severe economic situation in 2007 was very distraughful for me because at that point I had lost my job, and so I was pretty frustrated to understand how bad the economy had gotten and what your mother and I were going to do to make money and to keep this house going.
What financial hardships did you experience during this economic situation?
Well, I did lose my job, and I was working in automotive, and so I was making a fairly decent salary, and now your mother and I had to only live on a teacher's salary for however long until I could find a job, and teachers don't make that much money, and so we had house payments, car payments, other bills to pay, and we were a little nervous about how we were going to be able to do it.
What do you believe is our nation's greatest economic concern, and why?
Our greatest economic concern is, what I feel is, that we spend too much money and we give away too much money to other countries, which is not a bad thing, but we don't take care of ourselves first. We need to make sure our economic situations and our financial well-being of all our U.S. citizens should come first before we go ahead and start giving other people money. I mean, right now we're $20 trillion in debt, and I know it's getting a little better right now, but we're still, it's going to take a long while to come out of the depths of those types of financial crises. So, it's it's very concerning, and hopefully with our new administration we'll be able to. So,
how did you feel about financial bailout given to the automotive industry, and why?
Well, being that I came from the automotive industry, and I actually am still working in the automotive industry, I feel it was a very good situation. They hire hundreds of thousands of people all over not only all over the United States, but all over the world. And that could have been a huge, an even bigger economic crisis had all those people lost their jobs. Okay, so a few of us did, probably a few thousand, 10,000, 20,000 of us did, but it wasn't hundreds of thousands. And because you also have to remember that where there's the big three, you also have a lot of European and Asian car automotive companies as well. So it would have impacted them, not necessarily their countries, but it would have impacted a lot of their employees here in the States. And so, I was very much in agreement with it. I was a little concerned with it at first until I really understood the facts. But now, after really understanding it all and going through it, it was a very good deal that the government did.
Do you think that recessions or depressions can be prevented? Why or why not?
Yeah, I believe that recessions or depressions could be prevented. It's just one of those where you gotta hope you've got the right party in office that's not going to go spend everything or take more than their true worth is. And so, it can be prevented, but those are very deep topics, and we could really sit here for hours and hours and talk about them. So, they can't be prevented. We just have to be careful with our spending and with who we have in office. So,
okay, I have one final question. How has the Great Recession changed you?
Well, the recession has changed me because it has made me a lot more of a financial wizard, understanding about our finances here at our home and how much we need to save for such an event should it come around again. I'm trying to educate you girls on the value of a dollar. You know, don't go spending it on garbage. You should spend it on things that you need, not that you want. And so it has really taught me a very valuable lesson I can pass on to you girls. So,
Well, thank you for doing this interview on the Great Recession.
you're welcome.